can a person tell when they are in labor?
It's a question that a lot of women will ask from us, but sadly it's a $1,000,000 question. We can't give a straight answer because we don't know when actually somebody starts labor. However, what we know is when somebody is in established labor, where how we define is that they will have contractions regularly and they're going to be painful, and there is what we call changes in their neck of the womb, which we can actually examine and say. So, what I usually say is like you will start what we call labor contractions, which is painful from the back, and then it comes down to your bottom, and this pain will usually last for about 20 to 40 seconds, and then from like they start usually once in an hour, and then the frequency increases, then maybe once in half hour, one in 15 minutes, and usually I tell my patients to come to give me a call when they get one contraction per 10 minutes. And sometimes they will have a water break with the contractions, and sometimes they will have the what we call the mucus. There's a mucus plug and which comes out when the neck of the womb opens up, and with that there will be a little bit of bleeding, and some women find it's very alarming because there's bleeding from vagina. So if any of these signs happens, we usually ask the women to give us a call or to the relevant consultant, and that if the consultant also thinks that she's in labor, then she should be coming to the hospital.
So in a situation like this, when should you worry and when shouldn't you worry?
As I told you, when the contractions comes, usually the women will get a pain, and then there will be no pain until the next contraction. So the symptoms or the signs which are kind of alarming are if there is bleeding like your periods, and there is severe tummy pain which is not going away, and it's in between contractions also there is pain, if the baby is not moving well, and if your water breaks and the color is either green or red, and that's the time that you should worry and you should come to the hospital immediately.
Is delivery imminent when your water breaks?
It can happen, but it's usually because people see a lot of movies, and in all movies it shows that when the water breaks, you have to rush to the hospital, and then soon after that the baby comes out. But usually it takes long, and usually when it happens before contractions, we call it pre-labor rupture of membranes, and usually we wait for 24 hours before actually they go into labor. So some women, most of the women will break their waters while they are in labor, and usually it takes a long time. You don't have to rush or drive like crazy to the hospital. Yeah.
Is induced labor quicker than spontaneous labor?
Induction of labor takes long time, right? And usually the spontaneous onset of labor, which usually starts at home and it takes a little longer. Sometimes some women will be in what we call early labor even for a week. And when they are in established labor, when they come to the hospital, the delivery will happen within about 8 to 12 hours. But if we do the induction, where we start whole process in an artificial environment, and it sometimes take about 24 hours. So it's definitely going to be longer.